I enter the area and it's full of all kinds of junk. Cars and household appliances, large and small, are piled into small artificial mountains. I test my footing and begin climbing up the stacked trash. Looking down, I spot a long black limousine that is completely out of place in this tiny town. I come to a realization and sigh.
Of course. They'd stand out no matter where they were, so they could only park here.
Two of my friends are standing by the limousine. A woman decked out in a fur coat and a mechanical girl. It's Mitsuru and Aigis. Right before I call out to them, Aigis does something bizarre. She extends her right arm towards the TV screen in front of her and... Aigis' hand is passing through the screen. Her steel fingers aren't just breaking the TV screen, they're definitely going inside it. Concentric rings of white light are rippling forth from where she inserted her hand.
It's the same as mine. It's hard to say definitively since this is my first encounter with it, but I believe this reading is from a personality module.
Does that mean our retrieval target is inside the TV?
I don't understand how or why, but it seems that people can enter that TV. If that's the case, it would be the perfect place to hide stolen cargo. That makes things easier.
Huh. Sounds like fun.
The two of them look up, surprised.
Is that Akihiko?
I leap off of the mountain of trash and land in front of them.
You didn't show up at the rendezvous point, so I went looking and found you here. This whole TV thing is pretty interesting.
Akihiko, what on earth are you wearing? Just what were you doing overseas?
Didn't I tell you that I was on a training expedition?
Don't tell me you came here from the airport like that. Does the concept of keeping a low profile mean nothing to you?
I take a glance at Mitsuru and I can tell that she's summoning up her coldest stare. This clothing allows me to have much better mobility, but I don't think Mitsuru is going to listen to my explanation.
Mitsuru-san, I believe we have lost the right to complain about that.
Glancing at Mitsuru's clothing once again, I couldn't help but sigh. Since Aigis had already voiced what I wanted to say, I decided not to make a comeback. Mitsuru simply shakes her head and sighs back at me. Seriously, this is what happens when you grow up in a wealthy family sheltered from the lives that normal people live.
Anyway,
I slam my left fist into my right palm. Aigis' sister unit, Labris. She's apparently inside a TV, sitting in an obscure part of countryside town. Gotta wonder, what else will be waiting for us inside?
we can get inside from that TV, right? What are we waiting for?
Still the same Akihiko. We don't know the situation inside yet, and we'll need a secure means of getting out.
So what? If we want to get this Labris back, someone has to go inside, right?
Well, that's...
Mitsuru's at a loss for words. I know that I'm voicing my opinion more forcefully than she's used to, but it's what I have to do. I know Mitsuru well enough to know when she needs someone to prod her into action. Wanting to exert control over every situation is a commendable trait, but in certain situations, waiting doesn't allow you to seize any more control. It also gives your opponent more time to prepare.
Our target hijacked a plane to throw her into a TV in this town. If we sit on our hands, it's possible we'll be put in serious danger.
I lock eyes with Mitsuru and take a step towards her.
We're different from how we used to be. We made the choice to fight shadows as professionals. That's why I traveled around the world and trained harder than ever. And now that something's actually come up, you're hesitating? We agreed to do this. I'm ready to stake my life on the mission.
3 years ago, I had said that it was my duty to help in the fight, but looking back on it now, I know that a lot of it was just for kicks. Seeing myself definitely become much stronger and experiencing all that personal growth was incredible. Ah, crap. Becoming stronger felt like it would satisfy some deep desire within me. And if I died giving my all against a really powerful opponent, I didn't really mind the thought of going out like that either. I was honestly fighting for myself more than anything else. But now, something has changed in me. I wandered around the world with something in the back of my mind constantly nagging at me. Something about not having a grasp on some part of myself. I know that I want power. The power to protect others. But that feeling has always been there. There's still something else, though. Something different. A few seconds of silence pass and Mitsuru's eyes narrow. Her eyes are filled with a steely determination.
All right. Wait right here. I need to go make a phone call first.
Okay, but make it quick.
Mitsuru heads towards the long limousine with a wary smile. I turn my gaze towards the most prominent of the illegally dumped TVs. As I reach out towards the screen, my fingers sink into it exactly the same way Aigis' did.
My fists are ready for action.
Excitement wells up within me as a reaction to the new sensation I feel from my fingertips. Oh boy.
The other members will wait here in the car.
Yeah. If we all barge in and something happens, we'll be devastated.
Now that you mention it, at least one of us should be staying behind as well.
I am not staying.
Us three will be plenty. We'll end this in a flash. No problem.
The same as always. Although, we have no idea what might be waiting for us on the other side. Don't get careless.
Right.
This situation... it brings back memories.
Ready!
Why enter the TV? What's going on?
Alrighty, sorry about that. I had to run out for a second, but I figure you were watching this wonderful cutscene, and now I have returned. So yes, I will save. I was making a wonderful protein drink. Since I am playing as Akihiko, I figured it'd fit. When I open my eyes again, the first thing I see is a high ceiling. Oh crap, where is my controller? I get to my feet, and I look around. Basketball hoops, the ground lined with white tape, and folding chairs stack high into the air.
Is this a gym?
What I'm seeing now isn't matching what I expected to be seeing. If my memory is correct, I entered the TV with Mitsuru and Aigis. Is this what's inside of the TV? It hits me. This isn't reality. Everything looks extremely real, but I sense odd presences nearby. I brace myself inside the oddly quiet gym. If I'm the only one here, I must be cautious. Alone? I suddenly realize that Mitsuru and Aigis should be here too. They came into the TV with me, but they're nowhere to be seen. Did we get separated from each other as we were falling in? No, it's more likely that we were separated intentionally. Well, I don't really need to worry about them. I'm pretty sure that they'll be able to handle anything in here on their own. Even if something does attack them, those two will just counterattack with icicle executions and machine guns.
This feeling in the air reminds me of somewhere, though.
I felt this harsh atmosphere before. I dig through my memories. That's right. This is what Tartarus felt like. The tower full of shadows where we did battle 3 years ago. Since this area is unfamiliar, and I'm assuming hostile, there's no knowing when an enemy may attack. But waiting around to get ambushed isn't really my thing. It's time for me to get moving. Just as I think that... Teddy? What in the world is that? A bizarre object approaches me from further inside the gym. It's red, blue, and round. On top of that, it's walking on 2 feet. I've wandered all across the globe to different regions, but I've never seen a bizarre creature like this.
Huh? There's a weird guy in a cape.
Bizarre creature. Weirder still, it's able to communicate with me.
You think you've got the right to call me weird? You seem suspicious.
How rude! I'll say the same back to you. Being half naked and wearing a cape is totally suspicious. Could this be the pervert I've heard rumors about? My innocence is in danger.
You're making no sense at all. Who are you? Oh, don't tell me. Are you a shadow?
Huh? I'm Teddy! Teddy!
So you are a shadow.
I just said I'm Teddy! Teddy! It's easy!
No bear has fur that color. Or can talk.
How cruel! I'm an adorable, sexy beast, no matter what angle you're looking from!
Teddy. Teddy? Does that mean he's like a bear or something? Suddenly, a monitor nearby springs to life. What appeared on it was also red, blue, and round. It's another bear thing, or to be exact, it's also Teddy.
I can't have you wandering about on your own. You're such a troublesome bear. You're the troublesome one! How dare you do whatever you want while looking like me? It's a violation of my image rights!
What's going on? You twins or something?
Huh? I've discovered an unknown, half-naked caped man! An intruder! Unexpected!
Suddenly, the sound and image on the monitor gets corrupted. Just when I thought I was going to start figuring something out about this place and those creatures. The screen flickers and dies out. Is this some kind of ruse? The monitor pops back on. Once again, it was Teddy's. This is too confusing. I'm just gonna refer to the TV bear as bear number 2. People in a lot of overseas cultures add suffixes like the second or the great onto their kids' names, so I figure I'll go with something similar. I'm in some crazy TV world, so I'm not just gonna assume that these guys are Japanese. Like bear number 2's going to care anyway. I've wasted enough time rationalizing this. Bear number 2's eyes gleam in a sinister manner. He starts speaking clearly now.
Case 04, unintended intruder. Entering elimination process.
Elimination, huh? I don't really have any clue as to what's going on yet. But I do know that bear number 2 has just won the right to be the first one here to taste my fists.
I don't know exactly what's going on, but I've seen enough. Looks like you're the enemy here, bear number 2.
I'm not sure how much stock I should put in common sense while I'm in this TV world. But if he's using a PA system, I'm guessing that there needs to be some kind of control booth for it. Since I'm in some kind of school, that means I'm probably going to have to find bear number 2 in the announcement room. If Labras is inside here, and if bear number 2 is running those whole events, he's got to have some kind of information about her. I turn to Teddy.
As for you, Teddy, he seems to be your enemy too. But why don't you step down and let me handle him?
I proceed to walk off in search of the announcement room. But...
No way!
What?
I mean, who are you? You haven't even told me your name. And that bear might be a bad guy who tricked my beloved sensei and friends. I can't leave this in the hands of a half-naked caveman like you.
Teddy looks surprisingly resolute as he refuses my offer. Does he have friends of his own that he's trying to desperately protect too?
Well, your costume is strange. I do like that fire in your eyes.
What's that supposed to mean? It sounds perverted coming from a half-naked cave guy.
Hey, I have a name. It's Akihiko Sanada. You don't have to call me half-naked cape guy. And I know I can't prove I'm on your side just by saying so. So judge for yourself whether I'm worthy of your trust. In the ring.
You're that excited to do this?
Fists don't lie, you know? Now come on, and I'll give you everything I got.
I put my fist down in front of me and focus. If one does not face their cowardice, they cannot summon a persona. That's why persona users used to have to undergo the trial of holding an invoker to their hand. In their hands. Blah. But that was simply a ritual to overcome one's psychological blocks. It isn't a required step in handling personas. My resolution has always been with me after all.
Come, Persona!
Caesar! I sense power rising from deep within me. And that was the end of Teddy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! Gonna stir up my protein drink a little more. Oh boy, my first opponent is Teddy!
Finally.
See how it go.
Fight.
Oh god! Holy! Oh, I'm rage mode now. Oh my god, you stupid little thing! Just... Thank you. Hut, 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 hut! Hut, 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 hut! Hut, 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 yeah! Teddy!
The intruder is a persona user. Difficulties in elimination. Acknowledging as valid target.
Bear number 2 is muttering something on the other side of the monitor after watching our bout. It seems that I've been officially promoted to the rank of valid target.
Persona user? Are you talking about me? What do you mean by valid target?
Irregularity has occurred. Multiple intruders detected. Emergency. Emergency. Oh, I know! I've just had a fun idea!
Just as bear number 2 starts speaking like a normal person, the monitor suddenly cuts out. Seriously, who is this guy? One thing's for sure, and that is that I need information right now. I lean over Teddy's flattened body and lightly tap the back of his head.
Hey, Teddy, wake up.
Teddy,
No!
go!
Kanji, you're crushing me to death!
What's going on through this guy's head?
Teddy, wake up.
I smacked Teddy a little more forcefully this time. I was worried that it might make him even flatter, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. Looks like that did the trick. Teddy gets up using whatever weird stomach muscles he has and yells at me while still in that flattened state.
Hey! If you hit me so hard, you'll ruin my beautiful coat of fur! I'll go bald!
He looks so weird!
And it's just Teddy, not Teddy!
This is getting to be a pain. Teddy purses his lips and looks away with a huff. I wanted to demonstrate my sincerity with my fists. There's no doubt that I did that. Then again, considering how badly flattened he is right now, I guess it's understandable that he doesn't want to talk to me.
Well, maybe I went a little too far. Let me at least talk to you. I have important business here too. I need as much information as I can get.
Aren't you going to say sorry?
Don't push your luck, or I'll pull out all your fur.
I was just joking! Well, I am a knowledgeable bear, so I'll make an exception for you and listen.
Hey, I'm the one who won. Where does he get off with this attitude? It doesn't feel right letting that slide, but I don't want him getting all pouty again. I take a deep breath and turn to face Teddy once more.
First off, what kind of world is this?
It's the TV world.
Well, at least I was right about that. Teddy then went on to explain that there is a mysterious TV program called the Midnight Channel that only appears at midnight. That TV broadcast is caused by this world inside a TV. Huh? Seems that Teddy is back to his original appearance, or rather his original thickness. He's like a big stress ball.
That's hard to believe. But even if that's true, why does it look like this? Is this supposed to be a school or something?
This is probably the school that Yosuke and the others go to.
It's a real place?
This world changes whenever someone comes here. I'm not sure why it's a school now, though.
It changes when people come here.
I used to live here for a long time, so I saw it happen a lot.
You lived here? Well, does that mean you're from this world? What are you?
Teddy starts clamming up all of a sudden. He started getting nervous when I blurted out the realization that he was living in this world and that he wasn't human. Embarrassed about being different from humans, huh? He definitely doesn't look human, but it's easy enough to overlook because he's able to easily carry on a conversation with me. And his fist definitely had a heart. Aigis immediately springs to mind. She's a machine, but she also has the same heart as a person. Though this Teddy creature may be some kind of costume creature, he must have a heart as well. That being said, he does look pretty stupid.
There's so much I don't understand. But I can at least say I'm pretty sure you're no threat.
Of course not. I've never caused anyone any trouble.
If you know this world so well, does the name 5th Generation Labris sound familiar?
I've never heard of it. Every day's great at Juness. I usually spend my time there. But when I came to, I was locked up here. I managed to escape, though. Only to find that an imposter Teddy was causing a bunch of trouble with his P1 Grand Prix.
He was bummed out a minute ago and now his face is bright red and there's steam pouring out of his head. This guy is a real piece of work.
That guy who showed up on screen looked exactly like you.
He calls himself a general. But don't confuse me for that phony. The real Teddy is made of all natural bear fur.
If that was someone in disguise, there must be a reason he's trying to look like you.
Ooh, I know! It must be because he's jealous that Sensei and everyone love me the most! But he's not 1/1,000,000th as cute as me! Anyone can tell he's a fake.
Yeah, it's totally obvious. I recall what Teddy said about the Midnight Channel earlier. Some of the things that happen in this world are broadcast to the outside world. If that's the case, then misinformation may be spread and people could be confused or misled. At this moment, I'm not sure why someone would be intentionally causing such confusion, but this Teddy guy mentioned that his friends were here. If bear number 2 is in opposition to them, then it's not too big of a stretch to imagine that he's trying to upset their friendships.
Alright, one last question. You said you used to live here. Do you know how to get out?
Of course! That was one of my specialties. I always helped other people when they needed to leave. But it's not working here for some reason. I'm losing my confidence. This is one bear of a headache. Ooh, that was an advanced joke.
This is no laughing matter. You won't be able to get out like this.
That wasn't advanced at all. Sheesh. He did give me valuable information, though. I now have somewhat of a grasp of the situation. My main objective of the retrieving Labyrinth and escaping from this world. I won't be able to accomplish either of these things as it stands. And all we can really do on our own is speculate. So bear number 2, General, was it? I'll have to pound some more detailed answers out of him. All I need to do is keep moving forward. And if I'm gonna move forward, I don't see the harm in doing it quickly.
That's it. You're coming with me.
I'm assuming that I'm probably going to need this guy's help in getting out of here later, so I grab the back of Teddy's head and sprint forward. But just as I'm about to exit the gym, Teddy gets completely stuck on something.
You're gonna tear it off!
I look behind me and Teddy is wildly flailing his arms around. But I don't see anything holding him back. What kind of trick is this?
Hey! You almost made me lose my head!
Ignoring the huge fuss Teddy's making, I reach over towards where Teddy is stuck. But I don't feel anything. Guess I'll just have to try again. I pull the back of Teddy's head towards me with my full strength. He's definitely stuck on something. For a moment, it looked like the zippers on Teddy's neck warped. Whatever, it's probably just my imagination.
Huh? It looks like there's a wall that I can get through, but you can't. What a bizarre place this is.
Says the half-naked cave guy who pulled at my head so hard it almost came off!
Oh well, I'll have to leave you here. Make sure you don't go anywhere alone, you hear me?
I can't burn any more time here. As I turn my back towards Teddy to proceed on, his yell echoes inside the gym.
I won't let you abandon me! I get lonely real fast! I'm coming with you!
An enormous crash reverberates throughout the area. When I turn around, I see a flattened Teddy fluttering to the ground like a sheet of paper falling off a desk. He must have gotten a running start and slammed right into whatever's there at full force. Did he just run straight into an invisible wall, head first, without even thinking about how much that would hurt? Huh. This guy said that the general is an enemy of his friends. And because his friends are at risk, he can't just leave everything to me. His lack of regard for personal safety may be because he's so worried about his friends. He behaves oddly, but once you look past that, I can totally empathize with him.
Sorry. I'll come back for you when all this is settled.
Just hang tight, Teddy. I know it's a tough situation. I hurry to where the enemy is, for my mission and for the sake of Teddy and his friends.